Good morning, students. The next topic which we are going to start is ratio, rate, and speed. So concentrate yourself. The first topic in the lecture is ratio. And the important points to remember and understand are: a ratio is a comparison of two quantities that are measured in the same unit. So the first thing from the first point to remember is always convert the quantities into the same unit if the units are different. If the same unit are given, that is okay, then solve the values. But if unit are different, for example, time can be given in hours, in minutes, and in seconds. So first convert the quantities either into hours or minutes or seconds. So units should be same. So this is the first point to remember. Second point to remember is a ratio has no units. Third point is the ratio of A and B, where A and B represent two quantities and B is not zero, is written as A double dot B or A over B, and this is written as A to B, or this is also written as this is also speak up as A to B. And here is a question that will make your concepts more clear. If Andy is 15 years old and his brother Paul is 3 years old, then the ratio of the Andy's age to Paul's age is 5 to 1. Read 5 to 1. Since Andy's age over Paul's age, Andy's age is given, that is 15 years, and Paul's age is given 3 years. First, we will cancel these two values in the same table. So in 3's table, these two values will be cancelled. 3 1s are 3 and 3 5s are 15. And this is written as 5 to 1. The point to remember is the order in which the ratio is expressed is important. The quantity mentioned first must be written first. So in the question, you have to notice that both quantities are given in the same unit. So first we have to notice that either the units are same or not. If not, then convert the units into the same unit. Next point to remember, another question is the ratios 15 to 3 and 5 to 1 are called equivalent ratios. We can divide or multiply all parts in a ratio by the same number to get an equivalent ratio. That is 15 to 3 is same as 5 to 1 because these two values will be cancelled in the same table. That is 3 5s are 15 and 3 1s are 3. So these two ratios are called equivalent ratios. The next point to remember is given the ratio A to B and an integer P, we have, for example, A to B, multiply the ratio with the same number with P. That will be equal to PA ratio PB. Now we can divide the ratio with the same number, that is P A over P ratio B over P for any integer P where P is not equal to 0. So these two ratios are called equivalent ratios. Here PA to PB and AP to B over P are equivalent ratios of A ratio B, where A and B can be any rational numbers where B is not equal to 0 and P is not equal to 0. Now we are going to solve some questions that will make your concepts more clear. The statement of the question is express each of the following as ratio in its simplest form. So here is a question that is given in whole numbers. So this is the question. First we will convert this whole numbers into improper fractions by multiplying 5 1s are 5 plus 1 6 over 5 ratio 4 2s are 8 plus 1 9 over 4. At this step we will take the LCM of 5 and 4, that will be 20. Now multiply the LCM, that is 20, with the both values, that is 6 over 5 and 9 over 4, like this. And this 5 will be cancelled by 20. 5 4s are 20 and 4 6 are 24. and here 4 5s are 20 and 5 9s are 45. So this is the step now, and at this step we will cancel these two values with the same table. So 3 8s are 24 and 3 15s are 45. So this is the simplest form of this ratio. Here is another question. The statement of the question is the ratio of the number of the girls to the number of the boys in our class is 3:5. If there is a total of the 40 students in the class, how many girls are there? So the thing about this question to understand is when two different quantities are given, for example, the ratio of two quantities are given, and the total of the two quantities is also given. Ratio is given and the total of the quantities is also given, and the requirement is one of the quantity. So the method will be the respective quantity which is going to be finding out the respective ratio will be put in the numerator. Some of the ratios will be put in denominator multiplied by the sum of the two quantities. So 3 over 3 plus 5 multiplied by sum of the quantities, that is 40. So 3 plus 5 will be equal to 8, and here 8 will be cancelled by 40. So 8 5s are 40 and 5 3s are 15. So this is the method. Now we are going to do some questions that will make your concepts more clear. Statement of the question is express each of the following ratios as simply as possible in the form A ratio B. For example, here is a question 1.8 ratio 0.4. So decimal values are coming. So first thing that is required is remove the decimal point and put 1 below the point, and there is one digit after point, so we will put 1 0 with it. Likewise, point will be cancelled, 1 will be here, and there is one digit after the point, so 10 will be 1 0 will be placed on the right side of the 1. This 10 will be cancelled by this 10, so the values remaining are 18:4, and we will cancel these values in the same table now. So 2 9s are 18 and 2 2s are 4. So this is the answer. Likewise, here comes a fraction. So first thing that is required is first value will remain as it is, that is 2 by 9, and we will convert this mixed fraction into improper fraction. That will be 2 1s are 2 plus 1 3 by 2. Now we will take the LCM of 9 and 2. That will be 18, and now multiply 18 with the both values like this. So 18 into 2 over 9 and 18 into 3 by 2. Now cancellation will take place. 2 9s are 18 and 9 2s are 18. So 2 2s are 4 and 9 3s are 27. So this is the answer. Here is a question that is having units. So the thing that is required before solving a question that is having units should be same, because in this question we are having cents with the first value and second value is with the dollars. So first we will convert these two values into the same unit. So 35 cents will remain as it is, for example, and convert this dollar sign into cents, because in $1 there are 100 cents. So this value will become 200 cents. So unit is same now, and now we will cancel these values in the same table. In 5's table, 5 7s are 35 and 5 4s are 20, and 0 will remain as it is. So this is the answer. Likewise, here is another question that is having units. So units are different. First thing that is required to convert the values into the same unit. So 8 centimeter remain as it is, and we are converting meters into the centimeter, because in 1 meter there are 100 centimeters. So it will become 100 centimeters. So unit is same now. Now cancel the values into the same table. So 2 4s are 8 and 2 5s are 10. 0 will remain as it is. Again in 2's table these two values are coming. So 2 2s are 4 and 2 25s are 50. So this is the answer. The method for the questions having three values will be the same. So there are three values, 98 ratio 56 ratio 84. The method will be same. Cancel the values into the same table. So 2 4s are 8, 2 9s are 18, 2 2s are 4, 2 8s are 16, and 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4. Again, these three values are coming in the same table, that is 7. So 7 7s are 49, 7 4s are 28, and 7 6 are 42. So this is the simplest form of the question. Likewise, these three values are coming having fraction values. So method will be same. For example, 1 will remain as it is, 2 by 3, and 1 by 5. So first we will take the LCM of the denominators. LCM will be 15. So multiply 15 with all three values like this. 15 into 2 by 3 and 15 into 1 by 5. So like 3 5s are 15 and 5 3s are 15. So now 15 ratio 5 2s are 10 ratio 3 1s are 3. So this is the answer. Here are some statement questions. These are same. The only thing that is required in the statement question are understand the statement first and then make an equation. For example, in this question, statement of the question is the sides of the two squares are 8 centimeter and 12 centimeter. Find the ratio of their perimeters. So the perimeters are required. The ratio of the perimeters is required. Perimeter of a square, the formula is 4L. So 4 8s are 32 centimeter ratio, and 4 8s are 48, 4 12s are 48 centimeter. So these are the perimeters of the two squares. Now we will convert this ratio into the simplest form. So unit is same, so we can cancel these two values into the same table. For example, 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are 12, 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8. Then in 8's table, 8 2s are 16 and 8 3s are 24. So this is the simplest ratio of the perimeters of the two squares. Second requirement is the ratio of their areas. The formula for the area of the square is L square. So the first square's area will be 64 centimeter square. And second square's area will be 12 12s are 144 centimeter square. So again the unit is same, so we can cancel these two values into the same table. For example, we are cutting these two values into 2's table. So 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4, 2 7s are 14, 2 2s are 4. Again in 2's table, 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are 12, and 2 3s are 6, 2 6 are 12. Then in 4's table, 4 4s are 16 and 4 9s are 36. So this is the simplest ratio of the areas of the two squares. Here is another question that is very important that normally comes in the paper. The statement of the question is, in a chess club, the ratio of the number of the boys to the number of the girls is 7 ratio 4. Given that there are 56 boys in the club, calculate the number of the girls. So we don't have the total number of the persons in the club. So if the ratio is given and total number is involved and their like individual proportions are, that is boys and girls are involved, so the method for this kind of question is, for example, boys are given and boys ratio is this one and girls ratio is this one, because it is given the ratio of the number of the boys to the number of the girls is this. So we will put 7 in the numerator. Sum of ratio, that is 11, will be put in denominator, multiplied by total number of persons in the club will be equal to, because boys ratio is given in the numerator, so we will put boys number on the right side, so 56 will be on the right side. So this is the method of finding solving this kind of questions when the ratio is given. Total and their individual portions are involved. So boys, because boys are given, so we will put the boys ratio in the numerator, sum of the ratio will be put in the denominator, multiply by total persons in the club should be equal to, because boys ratio is put in the numerator, so boys number will be given. So now we will solve from here. Total will be equal to 56 multiplied by 11 will come in the numerator and 7 in the denominator. From here 7 8s are 56 and 11 8s are 88. So this is the total number of the persons in the club, because boys are given and girls is the requirement. So ultimately girls should be equal to total minus boys, and that should be equal to 32. So 32 girls are there in the club. Here is another very important question. The ratio of the Anna's saving to the Bobby's saving is 3:8. The ratio of Carol's saving to Bobby's saving is 11:4. The difference between the Anna's and the Carol's saving is $608. Calculate the amount of the Bobby's saving. So in the question we are having two persons ratio, that is Anna's and Bobby's this, and Carol and Bobby's ratio is this. So Bobby is repeating in the two ratios, so Bobby will be placed in the center, and on one side we are placing Anna, and on the other side we are placing Carol. And now we are putting the values. Anna's to Bobby is 3:8 and Carol to Bobby is 11:4. So Bobby is 4 and Carol is 11. So this is the method to simplify the ratios. So now we will solve it. The method will be multiply this value with this one, this with this one, and this with this one. So 3 4s are 12 will be put here. 4 8s are 32 and 11 8s are 88. And now we will solve it. We will cancel these values into the same table. So 2 6 are 12, 2 1s are 2 6 are 12, and 2 4s are 2 4s are. Again 2 3s are 2 8s are, and 2 2s are 2 2s are. So these are the simplest ratio. Now we have joined the three persons together, and their ratios are this. Anna's ratio is 3, Bobby's ratio is 8, and Carol's ratio is 12. Now the point given is the difference between Anna and Carol's saving is 608. So we will solve it now. Anna's and Carol's difference from here is 12 minus 3, and that should be equal to 608. So 22 minus 3 will be equal to 19 units are actually representing $608, and 1 unit will represent 608 over 19. So 1 unit is representing $32. And now the requirement is calculate the amount of Bobby's saving, and Bobby's ratio is 8. So 8 units will represent 32 multiplied by 8. So 32 into 8 will be equal to 256. So this is the method of this kind of question. Another important question is Tim, Jack and Henry shared a box of the cookies in the ratio 9:5:8. If Henry received 12 cookies more than the Jack, so it means the difference between the Henry and the Jack's cookies are 12 cookies. How many cookies were there in the box? So total is the requirement. So first we will find the number of the cookies of any one. So the difference between the Henry and the Jack is given, and here is Jack on the second place and Henry on the third place. So it means the difference between the second and third place is 8 minus 5 units, is actually representing 12 cookies. It means 3 units will be equal to 12 cookies, and 1 unit will represent 4 cookies. So we are going to find any ones of the cookies. For example, Jack's cookies will be equal to Jack's ratio, that is 9 multiplied by 4. So 9 4s are 36. So Jack will have 36 cookies. Likewise, second is this is Tim's cookies. Now Jack's cookies will be equal to 5 multiplied by 4. That will be equal to 20 cookies. And third one is Henry. Henry's ratio is 8. 8 multiplied by 4. So 8 4s are 32 cookies. So in total, because total is the requirement, so 6 plus 2 8, and 3 plus 2 5 plus 3 8. So 88 cookies are there in total. Here is another very important question regarding paper. The statement is, if A ratio B is 3:4 and B ratio C is 2:5, and the combined ratio, that is A ratio B ratio C. So the thing that is repeating is B, so we will put B in center. On left side will be A. Any one value will be placed on left side, and the second value will be put on the right side. Now A ratio B is given, that is 3:4, so we will put 3:4. A's ratio is 3, B's ratio is 4, and from here B's ratio is 2 and C's ratio is 5, so we will put 5 like this. Now multiply this value with this one, this with this one, and this with this one. So 3 2s are 6 will be put under the A, 2 4s are 8 under B, and 4 5s are 20 under C. So this is the combined ratio, and now we will convert this into simplest ratio like this. So these values will be cancelled in the same table. So 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, and 2 10s are 20. So this is the simplest ratio. So this is the method of this kind of the question. The next topic in the lecture is increase and decrease in ratio. So the point to remember is, when a quantity is increased in the ratio A to B, then it becomes A over B times as much as before. So here is a question, here is an example that will make your concepts clear. The number of the workers in a company is increased from 45 to 60. So if we are required to find the ratio of this increased quantity, so put the increased value first and the previous value later, and solve it in the cancel these values in the same table. That will give us the increased ratio. So The number of the workers in a company is increased from 45 to 60. So the number present workers are 60. Like increased value will be put in the numerator and the lesser value will be put in the denominator. Solve it in the same table. So cancel it in the same table. That will be equal to 4 by 3. So the number of the workers has been increased in the ratio 4 to 3. Another question is, Tim's monthly salary was $2,500 last year. His salary was increased in the ratio 5 to 4 this year. Find his new monthly salary. So this is the question in which last year or previous salary is given. Increased ratio, new ratio is also given, that is 5 to 4, and the new monthly salary is the requirement. So the method to solve this kind of question is put the new put the maximum value or the greater value in the numerator, the lesser value in the denominator, multiplied by the previous value, and solve it. That will give you the new quantity, the new salary. So this is the method. The next point is, to decrease a quantity in the ratio A to B, we multiply it by A over B. So some questions are here, and these will be the reverse of the increased ratio, because here are now decreased ratio question are coming. Example number 1 is Anna, weight 72 kg. After attending a weight loss program, her weight decreases to 48 kg. So the previous quantity was greater and the new quantity is lesser. So if we are required to find the decreased ratio, so now put the decreased value in the numerator and the greater value in the denominator. Cancel these values in the same table. So the answer will be the decreased ratio. So here is another example. A worker takes 6 hours to assemble a tripod. A machine will reduce the time needed in the ratio 3 to 10. So notice that a machine will reduce the time. So reduce the time in the ratio 3 to 10. How long will the machine take to assemble the tripod? So here is this is the question in which time is reduced now. Previous time is given, decreased ratio is given, and requirement is the new time. So we will put the lesser quantity in the numerator now, greater value in the denominator, multiplied by the value which is given, that is the previous time, and solve it will give us the new time. So look here, this 3, that is the lesser value, will be put in the numerator, greater value in the denominator, multiplied by the previous time, that is 6. So solve it. After cancellation you will get 1.8 hours. That will be the new lesser time. The statement of the question is, increase 120 in the ratio. This is A part statement. In B part statement is decrease 288 in the ratio. So the thing that should be noted is increase or decrease. So the method for solving these kind of questions is, we are going to solve A's first part. Requirement is increase. So whenever the requirement is increase, always put the greater value in the numerator, lesser value in the denominator, multiplied by the total value, that is 120. So after solving this we will get the answer. So 5 2s are 10 and 5 4s are 20, and from here 7 4s are 28 and 7 2s are 14 plus 2 16. So 168 is the increased value. In B part, the requirement is decreased to 88. So the method is the reverse of the A's method, because we are required decrease to 88. So now we will put lesser value. Always put lesser value in the numerator whenever decrease is the requirement, and greater value in the denominator, that is 9 in this part, multiplied by the total. So after solving, we will get the answer. So 3 3s are 9, 3 9s are 27, and 3 6 are 18. And from here, 3 3s are 9, and 3 2s are 6. So now 2 2s are 4, and 2 3s are 6. So this is the decreased value. So here are again two very important questions. Tense A part and B part. A part is, in what ratio must 68 be increased to become 80? And in B part is, in what ratio must 40 kg be decreased? So in first part is required increased, and in second part decreased, and requirement is the ratio. So whenever the increased ratio is the requirement, always put the greater value first and the lesser value second. But remember, unit should be same, and unit is dollar and dollar, so unit is same. So whenever the increased ratio is the requirement, put the greater value first and the lesser value second. And now solve it, cancel these values into the same table, will give us the answer. So 2 4s are 8, 2 3s are 2 4s are, 2 2s are 0, 2 1s are, 2 7s are. So this is the increased ratio. And in decreased ratio, whenever the decreased ratio is the requirement, put the lesser value first. That is this one. So here is 25 kg, 600 grams, and here is 40 kg. First convert these two values into the same unit, and decreased ratio is the requirement, so we will put the lesser value first. So this is the lesser value. So in 1 kg there are 1000 grams, so 25,600 will be put in first place, and this is the greater value will be put on the second place, that is 40,000. So these two zeros will be cancelled, and after cutting these values into the same table will give us the answer. So 2 1s are 2, 2s are 2, 8s are, 2 2s are 0 0. So 2 6 are 2, 4s are, 2 1s are 0 0, 2 3s are 2, 2s are 2, 5s are 0, and 2 1s are 2, 6 are, 2 2s are 2, 5s are. So this is the decreased ratio. Two more important questions are, the cost of the petrol has been increased. In this question, increased price is given, or increased value is given. In the ratio is given, and the original value is given. And in second question, if you look, the price of the motorcycle is decreased. Ratio is given, and find the new motorcycle price if the original cost is given, original price is given. So in both questions, original value is given, and increased and decreased ratios are given. So in first question, the statement is, the cost of the petrol has been increased in the ratio. If the original price is given, find the price of the petrol. Give your answer correct to the nearest cents. So the new price will be, because price is going to be increased, so we will put the increased value in the numerator, the lesser value in the denominator, multiplied by the original value. So after solving this, we will get the answer. So 11 by 10 multiplied by 1.25. So the answer is 1.375. Answer will be in dollars, but the requirement is give your answer to the nearest cents. So in $1 we are having 100 cents, so when 100 will be multiplied by this one, so 137.5 cents will be the new price, but the requirement is to the nearest cent, so nearest cent will be 138 cents. The second part will be solved in the same method, but now they decreased. The price is decreased, so we will put the lesser value in the numerator, greater value in the denominator, multiplied by the original price, that is 8400, will give us the decreased price, because price is going to be decreased. So we are going to solve this on the calculator. So 13 by 15 multiplied by 8400. So the answer is 7280. Dollars sign will be there. So this is the decreased price. And other very important question is the cost of another very important question is the ratio of the Charlie's age to the Jack's age is 3:4 now. So this is the present ratio given. In 10 years time the ratio would be 8:9. So Charlie's to Jack, present ratio is 3:4, and in 10 years time the ratio will be 8:9. So this is 10 years time. From here we can see the difference is 5 units. So 5 units representing 10 years. And 1 unit will represent 2 years. And this is the present ratio. So the requirement is find their present ages. So this is the present ratio given. So Charlie's present age will be 3 into 2 will be 6 years, and Jack ratio is 4, so 4 multiplied by 2 will be equal to 8 years. So these are their present ages, 6 years and 8 years. The next topic in the lecture is rate. So the points to remember about this topic is a ratio of two quantities that have different units is called a rate. So concentrate, two quantities that have different units is called a rate. So here are some examples that will make your concepts more clear. Example number 1 is if a car travels a total of 150 kilometer in 3 hours. So look here, one unit is kilometers, second unit is in hours. So requirement is how many kilometers does it travel in 1 hour? So the rate of the speed is 150 kilometer will be put in numerator, 3 hours will be put in denominator. After cancellation we will get 50, unit will be kilometer per hour. So this is the rate at which the car will move, that is 50 kilometer per hour. Another question is if a waiter is paid $30 for 2 hours of work, at what rate is he paid? So we will solve it like $30 will be put in numerator, 2 hours will be put in denominator. After cancellation we will get $15 and unit will be dollars per hour. So $15 per hour is the pay of the waiter. So waiter is actually getting $15 per hour. Here is a question. The statement of the question is if 5 bottles of mineral water cost $4.25, find the cost of 15 bottles of mineral water. So first we have to find out the cost of 1 bottle. So that can be finded out by putting $4.25 in numerator and 5 in the denominator. After cancellation we will get $0.85. So this is the cost of 1 bottle of mineral water. So now to get the cost of 3 bottles, just multiply this value, that is cost of 1 bottle, with 3. So that will give us $2.55. That is the cost of 3 bottles. Here is another question. The statement of the question is printer A can print 200 copies of brochures in 3 minutes. It will take printer A 8 hours to complete the printing of an order of the brochures. After printer A has started printing for 2 hours, printer B is used to speed up the production. If the rest of the brochures are completely printed in 2.5 hours, find the rate of the printer B. So in first line, printer A can print 200 copies of the brochures in 3 minutes. So first we will find the rate of the printer A. That can be found out by putting 200 copies in numerator and 3 minutes in denominator. So 200 over 3. After solving this, like 200 over 3 will be the rate of the printer A, that is brochures per minute printed by printer A. So now we will find how many brochures are to be finished. What is the order given? So it is given it will take printer A 8 hours to complete the printing of an order of the brochures. So first we will find the order, how many brochures has to be printed. So this is the rate per minute. So 200 over 3 multiplied by 480, because in 8 hours 8 multiplied by 60, there are 480 minutes. So we will multiply 200 over 3, that is the rate of the printer A, multiplied by 480. So it means 32,000 brochures has to be printed out. So this is the target on which we want to reach. So the next line is given. After printer A has started printing for 2 hours, printer B is used to speed up the production. So first we will find before the printer B is started, how many brochures has been printed by the printer A in 2 hours. So this 200 over 3 will be multiplied by 120, because in 2 hours 120 minutes are there. So it means in first 2 hours only printer A was working, and printer A has printed to 8,000 brochures. So now we will minus 32,000 minus 8,000. So 32,000 minus 8,000 will be equal to 24,000. It means 8,000 brochures has been printed out. This is the target at which we want to reach. So it means still 24,000 brochures has to be printed out. Now the printer A and printer B will work together. So now because 24,000 brochures are still to be printed, and now printer A and printer B will work together, and this order has to be completed in 2.5 hours. So 24,000 brochures will be equal to, this is the rate of the printer A, that will be multiplied by 150, because in 2.5 hours 150 minutes are there. So this is the rate of the printer A and 150 minutes are there, multiplied by 150, plus printer B is also working and the rate of the printer B is missing. So let's suppose X is the rate of the printer B, that will be multiplied by 150, because printer A and printer B are working together and the target to achieve is 24,000 brochures. So after solving the equation, 24,000 will remain same, this values will be cancelled, that will be equal to 10,000, this 150x will be remain as it is. So from here we will find the value of X. After solving it, that will be equal to 93 whole number 1 by 3 brochures per minute, or 280 brochures in 3 minutes. So don't confuse yourself, actually this is the value. So this is the rate of the printer B. The next point to remember in the topic is sometimes the rate calculated may not be the constant, and the value calculated is actually the average rate. An example of the average rate is average speed, which we will learn later. An example of the average rate is shown below. a question and an example is here. Our car traveled 500 kilometers on 40 liter of the petrol. The average rate is, put this value in the numerator, this value in the denominator. So after cancellation, you will get 12.5 kilometer per liter. So this is the average speed of the car. The statement of the question is, write down the rate of each of the following. The thing to remember and be very careful about these kind of question is the unit that is given. So kilometer per liter is the requirement. So kilometer will be put in numerator and liters will be put in the denominator. So here are kilometers value, that is 387. So this will be put in numerator, and liters, that is given 45, will be put in the denominator. After solving this, we will get the answer. So in 3's table, these will be cancelled. So 3 1s are 3, 3 5s are 15, 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, and 3 9s are 27. And again 3 5s are 3 4s are and 3 3s are. So 43 by 5 is the answer. So in these all questions, this thing will be same. For example, we will do another question, that is this dollar per meter square. So dollars value 392 will be put in numerator, and meters square value, that is 16, will be put in denominator. After solving this, we will get the answer. So 2 8s are, 2 1s are, 2 9s are, 2 6s are, again 2 4s are, 2 9s are, 2 8s are, 2 2s are, 2 4s are, 2 9s are. So 49 by 2 dollars per meter square is the answer. Statement of the question is, a car travels 135 kilometer on 15 liters of the petrol. How far can it travel on 42 liters of the petrol? So if 15 liters of the petrol are enough for 135 kilometers, 1 liter will be equal to 135 over 15 kilometer, and the requirement is 42 liters. So multiply both sides by 42. So 135 over 15 multiplied by 42. After solving this, we will get the answer. So here is the calculator. So 135 multiplied by 42 divided by 15. So 378 kilometer can be covered with the help of 42 liters petrol. Here is another question. 5 pencils cost is 85 cents. Find the cost of 2 dozens of the pencils. So 5 pencils cost 85 cents. 1 pencil will be equal to 85 over 5 cents, and the requirement is 2 dozens. So in 2 dozen there are 24 pencils, so 24 will be multiplied on the both sides. So 85 over 5 multiplied by 24. After solving this on the calculator will give us the answer, that is 85 multiplied by 24 divided by 5. That is 408 cents. So this is the answer. Another very important question is, a tap takes 40 seconds to fill 18 liters of water in a tank. Calculate the rate of the water flowing into the tank per minute. So per minute is the requirement, but in question 40 seconds, second unit is given. So the required rate is 18 liters in 40 seconds. We will convert this second unit into minute by dividing by 60. Now this unit will be converted into the minutes. 0 will be cancelled by this and 2 by 3. So 18 by 2 by 3 liters per minute. And from here 18 into 3 by 2. So liters per minute. 2 9s are 18 and 9 3s are 27. So 27 liters per minute is the required rate. In B part, if the tank is 95 centimeter by 54 centimeter by 1.5 meters, so this is meter and these two are in centimeters. So B part is capacity of the tank is 95 into 54 into 1.5 meters will be equal to, in 1 meter there are 100 centimeters, so we will multiply 1.5 with 100, so it will become 150. So it will become centimeter cube. So solve it on the calculator. 95 into 54 into 150. It will be equal to 769,500. Centimeter cube. In 1 liter there are 1000 centimeter cubes, so this will be equal to, divided by 1000, so 769.5 liters, because in 1 liter there are 1000 centimeter cube. Now this is the capacity of the tank. Requirement is how long would it take to fill the tank completely with water? Give your answer in minutes. Okay, how long? So time required is, that will be equal to 769.5 liters. And this is the rate at which the tank is filling, that is 27 liter per minute. Solve it on the calculator. 769 divided by 27. 28.5. minutes. So tank will be filled in 28.5 minutes. Another important question is 6 kg of grade X coffee is mixed with 4 kg of grade Y coffee. Grade X coffee powder costs $2.50 per kg more than grade Y. If the cost of the mixture is 13.50 per kg, find the price of 1 kg of the grade X. So grade X coffees cost 2.50 per kg more than grade Y. So let grade Y coffee per kg cost X dollars. Let grade X coffee per kg cost, definitely it will become X plus $2.50. And there are 6 kg of grade X coffee, so 6 into x plus $2.50 plus 4 kg of grade y, so 4 into x. So this is the mixture now, and in mixture there are 10 kg because 6 kg of x and 4 kg of y is going to be mixed. So 10 kg is the mixture whose cost per kg is given, that is 13.50. We will solve the equation to get the value of x from here. So open the bracket, so it will become 6x plus 2.5 into 6 will be equal to 15 plus 4x equal to 13.5 into 10. It will become 135. From here 6x plus 4x 10x. This 15 will go to the right side and it will be equal to 120. And from here x is equal to 12. X is the value of grade Y coffee per kg, but the requirement is the price of the 1 kg of the grade X. So grade X coffee per kg, that is actually x plus 2.50. And from here x value is 12 plus 2.50 will remain as it is, and the final answer is 14.50. So this is the grade X coffee per kg cost. A part-time worker is paid $51 for 6 hours of work. Find its hourly rate of the pay. So hourly rate of the pay will be equal to $51 over 6. That will be equal to, so this is in dollars and this is in hours. So 51 over 6 will be equal to 8.5 per hour. B purchase in a certain week he works for 28 hours. Calculate his wage for that week. So B purchase, this is the wage per hour. So B purchase total wage will be equal to 8.5 multiplied by 28 because 28 is the total hours he is working. So 8.5 into 28 will be equal to $238. So this is the wage for that week in which he is working for 28 hours. The next topic in the lecture is time, and the points to remember and understand in time are, so concentrate yourself. We can record the time of the day by using A part is the 12-hour clock, where morning is denoted by AM and afternoon, evening and night by PM. For example, 3 AM, 11:30 AM, 12 PM, 5:30 PM. So these are some examples. So these are actually afternoon, night or evening times, and AM are actually morning times. So the next point is the 24-hour clock, where 4 digits are used. The first 2 digits denote hours and the last 2 digits denote minutes. For example, 3, 11:30, 12, 7:30. So these are some times. So actually these are morning times, this is afternoon time, and this is evening time. Units of the time are hours, minutes and seconds. In 1 hour we are having 60 minutes, and in 1 minute we are having 60 seconds. The statement of the question is, the diagram below shows part of the timetable for trains from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur. A part, how long does the train which departs at 12:31 take to reach Kuala Lumpur? So here is 12:31. Train is departing from here, and at this time train is reaching Kuala Lumpur. So the requirement is how long? So 17:19, A part is 17:19 minus 12:31. So from 12:31 to 13 hours, 29 minutes are there. And from 13 to 17:19 there are 4 hours and 19 minutes. And the total time will be equal to 4 hours 19 minutes plus 29 minutes. That will be equal to 4 hours and 48 minutes. So this is the time required for the train that is departing at 12:31 from Singapore to reach at 17:19 at Kuala Lumpur. Now the B part is, the 12:37 train, so here is 12:37 train, takes 5 hours and 55 minutes to reach Kuala Lumpur. At what time does it arrive? So we are going to find the time. So at 12:37, sorry, 22:37, so time that is taken by the train is 5 hours and 55 minutes. So first we will add 5 hours in this. So 5 hours will be added to this. It will be equal to 27:37. That is actually in 24-hour clocks. After 24 time again repeating 1, 2, 3. So it is actually 3:37 the next day. And further 55 minutes will be added. And when 55 minutes are added, it will be equal to 4:32 the next day, because next day has started. So this is the time on which the train will arrive at Kuala Lumpur, which is departing the Singapore at 22:37. So this is the time. Statement of the question is, express 90 kilometer per hour in meter per second. So A part is 90 over 1, that is in kilometer per hour. So in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters, because the requirement is meter per second. And in 1 hour there are 3600 seconds. So the unit will be now meter per second. Solve it. 2 zeros will be cancelled by this. 1, okay. 9 ones are 9, 0, 9 fours are 36. So 100 over 4 meter per second, and 100 over 4 is equal to 25 meter per second. So this is A part's answer. In B part, it is given 15 meter per second in kilometer per hour. So 15 meter per second is given. Whenever we move from meter to from smaller unit to bigger unit, that is kilometer, we have to divide it by 1000, because in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters, and in 1 hour there are 3600 seconds. So the unit will be now kilometer per hour. From here, 15 by 1000 is in the numerator. When this value will go to the numerator, it will be reciprocal. Solve it now. Unit is now kilometer per hour. So 15 by 1000 multiplied by 3600. This is equal to 54 kilometer per hour. C part is 1 by 3 kilometer per second. This is given and the requirement is in kilometer per hour. So kilometer is already given. Only we have to convert seconds into hours. So 1 by 3 will remain here. And in denominator, we have to divide 1 by 3600. Now the unit will be kilometer per hour. So it will be equal to 1 by 3 multiplied by 3600 kilometer per hour. And it will be equal to 3 ones are 3 twos are 0 0. So this is the answer. The next topic in the lecture is average speed. So the points to understand and remember in this topic are: speed is the rate of the distance traveled per unit of time. So this is the definition of the speed. For example, a train traveling 80 km in an hour has a speed of 80 km per hour. Number 2 point is when the speed is unchanged during a period of time, it is called uniform speed or constant speed, because speed is not changing. The next point to remember is the speed of an object is usually not uniform throughout the journey. So the average speed is calculated because this is a common experience. Speed is constantly changing even if you are moving on a motorway. The speed of an object is usually not uniform throughout the journey, so the average speed is calculated. Next point to remember is, understand, is to find the average speed, use the formula. So formula for this average speed is total distance over total time taken. The formula above can be rewritten to find the total distance traveled or the total time taken. So total distance will remain here. Total distance will be multiplied by average speed. So average speed multiplied by total time. So this is the alternate form of this formula. So actually this is the formula which you should remember. And from here we can make another alternate form. So shift this value time to the left side and this speed to the right side though. So this is another alternate form of the same formula. So actually this is the formula to remember. Here is a question. A train takes 25 minutes to travel 30 kilometers. Find its average speed in kilometer per hour. So distance is already given in kilometer and time is given in minutes. So the requirement is kilometer per hour. So the formula for the average speed is total distance traveled over total time. So 30 kilometer will be put in numerator because this is the distance traveled, and time taken will be put in the denominator. But the requirement is hours, but our time is given in minutes. So 25 over 60, that will be actually equal to hours. So 72 kilometer per hour is the answer. The second part of the question is A car is traveling at an average speed of 90 km per hour. Express its average speed in meter per second. So we have to convert the units kilometer into meters and hours into seconds. So you know, in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters. So 90 will be multiplied by 1000. That is actually will be converted to meters. And in denominator we will multiply 3600, because in 1 hour there are 3600 seconds. So after cancellation you will get an answer of 25 meter per second. Statement of the question is: an athlete taking part in a biathlon runs a distance of 800 meters at an average speed of 6 km per hour. So speed is given in per hour, but and kilometer, and this unit is given in meters. So we have to convert the units in the same unit, and then without stopping cycles a further distance of 2 km in 12 minutes. Calculate A part, the time in minutes he takes to run the 800 meters. So A part is time, speed is equal to distance over time. This is the formula that will be used. So speed given is 6 km per hour. Distance covered is 800 meters. We will convert this meters into kilometers by dividing by 1000, because in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters. So this will be now in kilometers over time. That will be in hours now. To solve it now, time will come to the left hand side, and 800 over 8 by 10, and this value will come to the denominator of this. So the time will be in hours. So 8 by 10 and this 6 by 1 will come to the numerator by 1 by 6. Solve it now. 8 by 10 divided by 6, 0.1333 hours. But in A part the requirement is give your time in minutes. So this is hour. We will multiply this by 60 to convert it to minutes. So this is 8 minutes. This is A part's answer. B part is his cycling speed. So this is the part for cycling. Cycles a further distance of 2 km in 12 minutes. So speed is equal to distance over time. Distance is 2 km and time is given in 12 minutes, and 12 divided by 60 will convert it into hours. So 2 over, this fraction will come to the numerator. We will take the reciprocal of this one. So this is kilometer per hour now. Solve it to 6 hour and 6 tens are. So 10 kilometer per hour is the cycling speed. C part is his average speed for the whole race. So C part is average speed. That will be equal to total distance over total time. So total distance is 800 because the requirement is now in kilometer per hour. So 800 meters will be equal to 0.8 kilometer plus cycling distance is 2 kilometer. This is the total distance over total time. So time for this is 8 minutes or 0.1333 hours because the requirement is in hours. So 0.1333 hours time taken for biathlon, that is the time taken for this distance, and the time for cycling is 12 minutes. So 12 by 60. Now solve it. In numerator we will have 2.8 and in denominator 12 by 60 plus 0.1333, that is 0.3333. That will give us answer after solving 2.8 divided by 0.3333. So 8.4 kilometer per hour is the average speed for the whole journey. Statement of the question is a motorist started at a 80 kilometer journey at 7:55. He drove at an average speed of 60 km per hour for 1/4 of the journey. This is first part. Then second part is a 40 km per hour for an hour. Okay, this is second part. And completed the remaining journey in 45 minutes. So this is the third part. And he will come to the destination. A part is the time he arrived at his destination. Okay. So A part. First part is he drove at an average speed of 60 km per hour for 1/4 of the journey. So speed is equal to distance over time. And time is the requirement. So this will be equal to distance over speed. So 1/4 of the journey, because total is 80 kilometer journey. So 1/4 of the journey will be equal to 1/4 into 80, that will be equal to 20. And speed given is 60 kilometer per hour. So after solving this, 1/3 hours will be taken for the first part. Okay. Now A part is given total time. So total time will be equal to 1/3 hours plus 40 kilometer per hour for an hour, so 1 hour, plus last part completed the remaining journey in 45 minutes. 45 minutes will be equal to 3/4 hours. So take the LCM. LCM will be 12. 3 4s are 12. Here will be 4. Here will be 12. And 4 3s are, so 3 3s are 9. So 4 plus 12, 16. 16 plus 9, 25 over 12 hours. Okay, solve it on the calculator now. 25 by 12. That is equal to 2.083333. hours. A part is the time he arrived at his destination. So he's starting from here. 2 hours will be added to this. It will be 0955. We will convert this hour into minutes. So minus 2 multiplied by 60. This is equal to 5 minutes. So when 5 minutes will be added to this, it will be 8 and plus 2 hours, so 10. So the time is 10. Arrival time. Okay, B part is the average speed in kilometer per hour for the whole journey. So speed is equal to distance over time. So total distance that is going to be covered is 80, and total time, because the requirement is now in kilometer per hour, so we will use this time. So 2.08 3333. So 80 by 2.03, sorry, 80 by 2.08333. So 38.4. kilometer per hour is the average speed for the whole journey.